Hey guys, James with Torches and Tactical, and you guys love the Hosonic EC16 so much, they sent me another light. Now this is the E7, and this is just a small example of what they can do. Now this is a keychain light, obviously, and this has a whole bunch of different brightness settings and modes and everything, and we're going to get into all that here in just a second. But first, I wanted to tell you guys that Hosonic is available on Amazon right now. So the EC16, which I already showed you, the E7 or the E5, which we will be doing a video here in just a few days. But all of these lights from Hosonic are available on Amazon. So you can click on that link down in the description and in the comments below and check these out for yourself. That being said, let's get into the E7. So the E7 is capable of doing 1100 lumens with 100 meters of throw. And that all comes from three of these 351 LEDs. Now, these LEDs are behind a triple TIR optic. And if 1100 lumens seems like a little bit much for you, there is also a high mode of 410 lumens, a medium mode of 120 lumens, low of 65 lumens, and even an eco mode of 25 lumens that'll run for 120 hours. In addition to that, there are a whole bunch of mini LEDs back here. So you have red, blue, white, and UV. So you can also operate those because there are two switches. Now, all this is run from an internal 800 milliamp hour poly pack, and it is IPX5 rated. This comes in at 52 grams, and the dimensions are 64 by 37 by 21 millimeters, and that's 21 millimeters with the pocket clip on. So all in, this is quite the powerhouse, and it packs a punch for its size. So let's get in and see everything that came in the package, and then we'll continue on with the actual light. So the E7 did come through Amazon channels, so that's why there is an Amazon sticker on the box. Outside that, there is a picture of the E7 on here, letting you know that it does have 1100 lumens, Type C recharging, as well as that built-in battery pack. And on the back, you see more of those specifications that I was just talking to you about. And then here, you have more of those specifications and some of the signage that are required for governmental reasons. You also get a USB-A to USB-C cable, so you can keep it topped up. And then you get an O-ring, or I'm sorry, not an O-ring, but a split key ring. That way you can attach it to this little hole right here and carry it on your keys. The only other thing you get is the user manual, and that's going to walk you through how to use let's see, I think we're looking at 7 different LEDs inside this keychain light. So let's get all this out of the way and focus on the light. Now, frankly, there's not a ton of real estate on the E7, so they could only throw that much design queue into the machining and the characteristics of it. But what we will see here is we will see a stainless bezel that's housing that TIR optic covered by a protective lens. On the top, you will see 2 of your buttons. Now, one is your power button. That's going to operate your main LEDs. And then you have that secondary button, and that's going to operate those back LEDs. We'll get into the user face here in just a second, though. So in addition to that, on top, you do also see that lanyard hole that I was just talking to you about. And then this pocket clip, let's go ahead and pop this off real fast. So the pocket clip is removable, and it does have a secondary section here, so it gives a little bit more spring resistance. But you can throw that back on. Let's go ahead and open that up. There we go. That's back in place. And underneath those LEDs, the 351Bs, you do see a little bit of design cue here. And I mean, frankly, to me, it kind of reminds me of like a Captain America shield or something along those lines. And then on the back, that governmental signage stays in place. This side is completely bare. Here you have the model E7. So just in case you were curious what Hosonic model you were carrying, this is what you got right here. On the bottom, again, bare. And you do also have that USB-C charging port. So with that USB-C charging, I actually do have a cable available right here. Let me go ahead and grab this here for just a second. When that's plugged in, you do get a red indicator up here on top, letting you know that it is charging. And this will change colors as soon as the charge is complete. So you can throw it back on your keyring and you'll be off to the races. So let's go ahead and put this back in there. We'll get rid of that cord. And there is one more feature about this that I wanted to talk to you just a second about. And that is, frankly, I kind of skipped over it, but that base, I said it was bare, and that's because, well, there's nothing there. There's nothing to look at. but it does have some magnets in there. So you can use this as a directional work light. And since it's so light, it does work pretty well in that manner. So that's always something to keep in mind too. Now, all in, I'm a huge fan of being able to carry a very, very capable light on my keys. So the fact that you get UV with this, you get red, blue, you get a white light on the back. I mean, that's really, really nice. It's super fantastic to be able to have these three 351s. They work quite well. So let's go ahead and run through the user interface, and I'll show you how to do this. So here, let's go ahead and zoom in first. So you do have that power button, and then you have one that has like a lightning bolt on it. So let's start with that power button. So with that power button, if you press and hold, this is how you get that 1100 lumens. So 1100 lumens while you're pressing and holding, and unfortunately that is only momentary. So as soon as you let it go, boom, it's cut off. But if you do a double press of that, it will cut into your regular modes from those three 351Bs. Right now we're in eco, this is 25 lumens, and it's going to go to low, 65 lumens, and it's going to go to medium, 120 lumens, and we'll press one more time, and this is low, this is your 65 lumen mode, and then if you press again, it'll cut back to that 25 lumen eco mode. And again, with this, these three LEDs, you can get 120 hours or 5 days of runtime. So let's go ahead and press this and hold it, and that'll shut those off. Now, you can do the same thing with that lightning bolt button. You can press and hold that, and you will get a momentary from these back LEDs or the rear LEDs. But if you double press, it will turn those on. So right now we're in red light mode, and then you can press to cycle through. So this is a red strobe. Then you get a red and blue flash. Now don't do anything dumb. Don't impersonate police and get in trouble with that. But we'll press again. Then you got a white light from the rear. And then you also have a UV light. So it probably doesn't show up very well on camera. It's not the highest powered UV light, but it does still work quite well. So let's go ahead and press and hold that again. And that'll shut everything off. And that's everything. So one thing to keep in mind, again, if you want to use that 1100 lumens, just press and hold, and there you go. You got 1100 lumens. It's always on the ready. You don't have to sit there and fumble through other modes. So it seems very well thought out. I don't like the fact that in order to turn on your regular modes, you do have to double press, but that's something I'm willing to work with because every other part of it is very, very well thought out. But what I want to do now is I want to compare this to another light. So I did go ahead and bring the Baruit V3. Now this has an eerily similar user interface as the E7 from Hosonic, but this is only 900 lumens and it has two separate emitters firing out the front. So again, this is 900 lumens, and I will go ahead and turn on right now. This is 1100 lumens on the right, 900 lumens on the left. The 1100 lumens does appear to be a little bit cooler. However, I couldn't get any definitive information from Hosonic as far as the temperature output from it. But what I want to do is I want to take these outside so we can compare 900 lumens from the Baruit V3 versus the Hosonic E7 and its 1100 lumens. So let's get outside and do this. All right, guys, tonight we are out here with the Hosonic E7 and the Baruit V3. Now, this is kind of going to be a battle of the keychain lumen monsters, if you will. So let's just get right into it. I'm going to go ahead and press and hold on the Hosonic E7, and this will show you its maximum output. I gotta say, for a keychain light, this is pretty fantastic. Now, if I do a double press, it will cycle through its modes. Here's its high, medium, low, and eco. Now go ahead and press and hold to shut that off. And now if I do a quick double press of the secondary button, you can see that UV here, then the red light, a red flash, a red and blue flash, and then an auxiliary or secondary white light. Now I'll turn that around so you can see it. And I mean, even in a pinch, this still lights up pretty decent, much better than I'd say a standard cell phone flashlight. Let's go ahead and long press to shut that off. And now to compare, it's the exact same setup with the Baruit V3, but I'm going to start with a long press.
So this is 900 lumens. This is coming out of 2 emitters on that front with small TIR optics. Now I'll go ahead and double press. Here's high, medium, low, and eco. Now I'll go ahead and do a long press to shut that off. And let's go ahead and do a double press of the secondary button. So here is the secondary or auxiliary emitter. And we can cycle through. Now this is UV, and this is actually going to glow the case of the keychain light. Then you have red, red strobe or red flash, and then red and blue flash. So long press again, we'll shut that off. And you can see that keychain light glowing right here with the Bruit V3. And then just so you can see those turbo modes one more time, here's the Hosonic E7 versus the Bruit V3. All right, guys, now that we saw those, let's get inside and I'll finish up with a couple keynotes and then we'll let you get out.
All right, now if you know me at all, you know that I like simplicity, I like ease of use, and I like warmer tints. So for that reason, I have to say that I really, really do appreciate Hosonic and the E7. Now again, I don't know exactly what it comes in at, but compared to the Bruit V3, here, let's just do this one more time. So that's 900 lumens, and it is a very, very cool white light. And then if you press and hold this, this is 1100 lumens, but it comes in a little bit more neutral. So I like a neutral light, and I really appreciate that Hosonic spent a little bit of time seeing what people want, and they were able to throw those into their E7. So aside from that, it is frankly a little on the big side. The V3, I think, is already a little large for a keychain light. The E7 kind of takes that up another level. So it is a little on the hefty side, if we're being frank. But the usability of the E7 and the instant brightness, all the different modes on the back and everything. I like the fact that it comes with the pocket clip as well. It is an extremely usable keychain light. So if this is something that looks like it would be a good fit for you, again, you can go ahead and check on those links down in the comments, in the description. And I mean, just go ahead and guys check out the Hosonic E7 as well as the E16 and the E5. Now those are the 3 lights that we have. I'm sure they have other great lights out there, and I'm hoping we get to test them soon. But if you want to check out the Hosonic E7 for you, click on those links below. So that being said, guys, again, I'm really, really happy with this light, and I think you would be too. So if you like this video, go ahead and share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and click on that notification bell right here. And until next time, stay bright, and we'll see you in the next one.